Welcome to Random Fist Bump, where we sometimes have technical difficulties. I'm MJ here with
Big Dog D.
the Big Dog D, coming to you from a place unknown, possibly inside a witch's cauldron, brewing up some spellbinding sensationalism, sizzling in a salamander sauna. Whatever that means. On today's show, we consult with the AI Oracle of Oracles, ChatGPT, on different ways to make yourself more irresistible than a hybrid panda koala bear dipped in honey. Also, MJ and Big Dog D, as usual, detour down dark dungeons, but always dart back to the dazzling daylight. We're keeping it raw, real, relevant, and random bump. Let's jump right in.
Baby.
I don't know what's going on. Are you can you move around or something? I don't see you very well. Something wrong with the EV Mux?
You don't see me? I see you just fine.
Oh my goodness. This is
Are we having
I'm gonna go
technical difficulties?
I'm going to see if I can switch to a hotspot. This is outrageous. But
Outrageous.
come on, let me switch here and see what happens.
Raw, real, relevant, and random technical difficulties. Oh my goodness, MJ, you disappeared.
I am back. Basically, I don't know what's going on with my internet. It's going a little flaky, so I'm going to have to use something else instead.
You got to throttle down all the peeps who are sucking on the internet teat over there.
Let me just
You got a lot of people hooked up to the udders of the internet cow.
yeah.
So this is where I do a little bit of.
This is where we have
voguing.
the dead space.
Do I do a little voguing in the meantime?
Oh
to,
my God.
Do
Okay,
a
we're
tap
back.
dance show while. Oh, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Again, this is we're still in the
You're making
local,
my solo career go a lot easier.
we're still in the local cable mode. You know, like local cable TV.
Clearly.
Note to self: switch to different internet in advance.
Right. And put
So
your
I
phone
didn't
on
take
Do
the
Not
topic
Disturb.
today, which is that's the only thing you told me to do. You didn't tell me to do anything else.
I'll remember the list now.
How's your day going?
Hey, who you calling a Dago? It's
Oh, whoa!
Hey, yo, whoa, wait, yo. My day is going well. How's yours been besides internet snafus and random technical difficulties?
Well, I don't think you were paying attention to what the potential topic was.
Not
which-
really.
Yeah, so it has to do with 5.91 breakthrough. You're gonna like this one. 5.91 breakthrough tactics to becoming irresistible to anybody. Ooh. Do you think you have that irresistible charm?
I could have written the article, for fuck's sake.
You could have written it.
Hell
could've.
yeah. I got mojo coming out of every orifice.
The
And pour.
mojo.
It's the mojo.
But of course, before we begin, if you're still with us after those snafus, of course,
Right.
you got to subscribe, follow, and like. We have to ask, please. Watch us if you're not watching us.
There.
But not to know how to get you to watch us if you're not watching us, except to put it out there, throw it out there in the universe. Come and watch us and subscribe, follow, and like.
And if you were so lucky to find us, kudos to you.
Bum, 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 bum. So we're going to head on to the first of 5.91. Breakthrough tactics to becoming irresistible to anyone. Number 1. I think this is a really good gaslighting one. Empathetic listening. Develop the ability to genuinely listen and respond to others. Empathy not only makes people feel valued, but also deepens connections, making you more appealing and approachable.
Yes. Are we talking like more attractive in general, like in a regular setting? Because there's a whole new set of rules if we're talking about out at the bar. Because at the bar, you don't want to be empathetic because then you get thrown into the therapeutic friend zone of hell. And then you're listening to someone's fucking problems about her ex boyfriend and blah, 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 why her life sucks and her kids did this. And quite frankly, I don't want to fucking hear it. So if we're talking about empathetic, like in general where you're trying to build a rapport outside of that, yeah, I think so. I think though you have to be careful not to get in that friend zone though. If you're talking about being more attractive, I'm assuming the implication is that we're talking about more than friends, correct?
I have no idea. This is just
I mean, why would you give a shit about being more attractive to a friend? Who
well,
cares?
maybe one,
It's got to be
maybe one.
relationship building.
Well, I will bet you that the Oracle could give us more reasons of who this applies to. I can ask the
No, I'm just saying, let's
question.
fuck the Oracle for a second. I'm asking you a question. Are you unable to think for
I
yourself? I'm asking you
me
a simple
I
question.
cannot think. I cannot
Exactly. Let me
not
check with the
compute.
Oracle. I don't
Not
know. I don't know.
cannot
I'm having
can,
a glitch. I'm having a
cannot
glitch.
compute. Cannot compute. No, let me give you some other
I'm
examples. Let me give you
asking
some
you a
other.
question.
It could
Why would
be
a normal person under normal circumstances want to be more attractive to someone if they were in the friend zone? You don't care
job
about being more
interview. It could be
attractive.
a job interview. There could be other
More
scenarios, other
attractive? You said
contexts.
attractive. Attractive is not a
I didn't
term I
say
would use.
attractive. I never said
What'd you say?
attractive.
What was the word you said?
I said 5.91 breakthrough tactics to become irresistible to anyone.
Irresistible. Why on earth would you want to be irresistible to a friend?
This apply to.
Irresistible?
I don't know.
Friends don't say, "Oh, my friend is irresistible." You just can't help yourself but hang out with the person.
Maybe again. I think
I
it could
think
be
the
for.
implication is to be irresistible in more than friends.
Okay, so I just asked the Oracle since and
Since
it's
you aren't
going
able
along.
to compute, since you're
It was going along the lines of what I was saying, but you're not being accepting.
all right.
You're
Let's
not
hear
being
it.
tolerant. You're not being tolerant. You're being
I guess
intolerant.
I'm being less than I'm being more resistible.
You're being resisting. You're being resisting. You're resisting the arrest of the idea.
Clearly, let's hear it. I'm all ears.
One. See, now we're going on the tangent of the topic. So it says here, I asked the question, the breakthrough tactics become irresistible to anyone can apply to a wide range of individuals across various aspects of life. Here are some specific groups who might find these tactics particularly beneficial. 1. Professionals in sales and marketing. 2. Leaders and managers. 3. Entrepreneurs and business owners. 4. As I said, job seekers. That's what I said. See, I got one there.
Uh-huh.
And 5, public speakers and performers. I think that's very important. If you're going to be a public speaker, you need to be
Irresistible,
irresistible
okay.
to your audience. You want to suck them in, like you're doing. Imagine that your talk is a TEDx talk.
Uh-huh.
7, teachers and educators. 8, customer service representatives. When does this list end? Social activists and community leaders. Anyone looking to improve social relationships.
5.91 points with like 96 subparts.
It gave us 10 contextual parts.
Okay. So irresistible. I understand. Got it.
Thank you for your understanding. So, number 1, which have I pulled that up on the screen yet?
So, yeah, why don't you tell me a little bit more about what you feel about this empathetic listening? I'd like to hear your opinion.
Well, you seem to be the expert. You're saying if you're picking someone up, you shouldn't be empathetic.
Didn't you just see what I was doing? I was being an empathetic listener by asking you the question.
Was that effective? I'm not sure if it was effective with me or not. I would have to really ponder that. I don't.
I
think
felt like it was
only-
breaking down some barriers there for a second. I thought it caught you off guard. It might
You
have
might
worked.
have. You might have. I was like suspicious. It's like you were acting like
You're right.
You went from a 10 down to a 1, so it was more like you were suspiciously, acting kind.
My AI chip is a lot quicker of an adapter.
You're like Data from Star Trek. Your emotion chip was turned on.
They have adapted.
You had emotions.
Right.
So develop the ability to genuinely listen to others. Empathy not only makes people feel valuable, but also deepens connections. I think in general this helps in your personal relationships that are already existing. It seems like to you that you just apparently just took this as a sexual thing of picking people up, and you're saying it's ineffective.
I'm saying it's
Please
ineffective
elaborate.
if you're in a bar setting. You don't want to get them to be blabbing about their life's problems. That is like a hell that you're thinking to yourself, damaged goods, this person needs a drink and needs to stop talking about. I am not the therapist. And I will flat out say that to someone if they're just blabbing away, or I'll just kindly just say,
They're not
excuse
gonna
me
have a
for a moment,
sympathy.
and I won't come back.
They're,
I'll give them sympathy for about 12 seconds, maybe 15 if they're super hot. But other than that, I do not want to, or I'll try to change the subject.
has it
I
ever
don't want
happened
to
to you
hear
that
about their problems at a bar.
you'd probably be more experienced than this and me? So the question is, have you ever
Not
been?
probably. That's definitely.
Oh, okay. So here's the question for you: have you ever done empathetic listening and it devolved to someone actually crying to you?
Yes, that has happened later in evenings where someone's life is not going well, and it's a tough one. You don't want to be a total fucking
Were
prickly
they
pear.
drunk?
Of
Were they
course, there
drunk?
was. Alcohol is a depressant in under the wrong circumstances. So, why did he leave me? Yeah, you don't want to get down that road. Then it's
Does
just
that
like
put a does that put a damper on the booty
that's when
time
I go to
after
the
that?
bathroom across the street and just pretty much leave. I go to the bartender and make sure my credit card
Yeah.
is picked up at the bar for any open tab. That's when you get the hell out of there.
Okay, I think you've
Yeah.
answered my last question. That basically the evening is done.
Yeah, yeah. Unless I know the person, in which case I'll make sure they get home. But if I don't know them, I'm sorry. I'm going to a bar not to hear someone's fucking problems. I got my own, and I'm there to enjoy myself.
So we'll put
I,
you on the spot for our interesting listeners. What's the worst thing you might have heard from someone that you can say?
oh,
Is it
I've heard someone talk about, something heartbreaking where someone's telling me about, her sick child, and I listened
uh,
to it for a while. Where of course I'm not going to just walk away, but at the same point, time and place.
in general? It sounds like that if you were trying to pick someone up, this might not be a winning strategy.
If you're trying to pick someone up, you have to be very careful. You want to pretend like you give
I
a
know the
shit,
chicks want you to
but
listen.
within
They want
limits.
you to
With
listen to them.
with
They want you to
within
listen to them.
yeah, and you know what?
Or do they want you to treat them bad? They want you to treat them bad. They want you to treat them bad, but they also want you to listen to them.
Well, there's a reason the blowjob was created because the woman was talking way too much, and
Uh,
so how can
oh,
I not only enjoy myself but also make
somehow
sure she can't
the
talk?
shadow banning,
And there
the
you go,
shadow banning
shadow
of
ban.
another
Oh, there we
episode.
go.
The shadow banning of another episode.
I'm just saying. Mama always said, "Don't talk with your mouth full."
Man, you were out a run. You're like at a marathon, or you're like
Just saying.
oh goodness. So what you're really saying, I'm going to translate what you're really saying. What you're really saying is the following, which is basically, don't let it devolve to crying. You gotta do whatever you have to do to short circuit it before things cool down.
Yeah, keep it light, keep it fluffy, keep it positive and uplifting. But if your goal is to take her home, push the initiative forward in a way that makes that happen. If you're trying to take her home. I mean, one
Yeah.
night stands are kind of gross, but I'm just saying, nonetheless, you can still be flirty and have fun. Let's say you just want to kiss her and just get a little frisky, not necessarily take her home. That's
Okay. I
not going
think
to
we're not.
happen if you get down that melancholy road.
Yeah, we haven't talked about the other 10 contexts, but I think as another valuable context, if you're a salesperson, I've seen them try to Jedi me as well in a business setting, which is they try to find your pain points and they try to get you to
Over
talk. They try
projections,
to
all
get
that
you
stuff.
to talk about. They try to get you to talk about your pain points, so they can say, "Oh, this is how I have this. These are the solutions that I have to your problems."
Well, of course, their job is to solve problems. That's what a sale is. When do you give your money to someone? Is you give your money to someone
The
because
point.
they have something that you need.
The point was that the first one was empathetic listening, and if you're in sales or if you're not in sales, if you want to try to get someone to do what you want them to do, get them to talk about the problem, and if you have something a direction that you want to go them, and you help them gravitate towards that solution. I think on that note and I like that on that note we're moving along
Moving
to
along.
moving along to number 2, and number 2 is confidence without arrogance. Cultivate a confident demeanor that balances self-assurance with humility. Confidence attracts, but adding a touch of humility ensures you remain approachable and relatable.
I
See, I
like
like
this
that.
one. I like this one too.
Arrogance with oh no, no arrogance. It says
But
confidence without.
here's the thing though. I mean, I think that's a fine line maybe when it comes to, well, so I guess there are different areas where maybe the arrogance comes off as that super confidence. Women like that overconfident arrogance,
Yeah,
and maybe
yeah.
that they want that
We
humility can be seen
we've
as a
made this
sign
to
of
a dating
weakness.
show. We're in a
You don't
dating
want
show
someone
now.
to be pussified. That humility
We're,
could be a weakness.
you t-
Women want strength, and so maybe that works in a business setting. But when it comes to a certain setting, like if you're trying to, I mean, I'm saying if you're dating someone, maybe someone will see that as a nice quality. But if you're out at a bar on the prowl, you've got to
yeah.
be that hunter mentality. If you're on a date, humility is a good thing. Showing that character where you are well
Yeah.
rounded, that person will see a genuine sincerity. I think
It
is a
could
good
be
thing.
like Joe. It could be like Joey Tribbiani from Friends. Like, how you doing?
How
You
you
know,
doing? Hey, how you doing? No, no,
how
no, no.
you
How you
no no no
doing?
how you doing? How you doing? Or if you're at
How
some
you
if you're at the
doing?
nerd bar, you can go bring on the guy and
I've
say
seen a number
hey
of bloopers. He's
hey baby,
brilliant,
how
by the way.
you
He's a
doing?
brilliant. He's brilliant.
Yeah, yeah. Comedy is very hard to
He's
do.
very smart. If you've ever heard him on interviews, he's not this, hey, yo, this dumb guy that they
No, no.
portray. He's extremely bright. And I've heard him. He is sharp as a tack. He's great.
They do with him what they do with Liam Neeson whenever he's on a talk show. With Liam Neeson, they try to get him to read the script,
I'm
and
going to
of
hunt you,
I've come to
and
kill.
I'm going to find you,
Yeah.
and I
So,
will kill you.
so I've seen them do that with Matt LeBlanc, where they've had him say this from the audience. Oh, can you just say it for me? Say it for me, Joey. Can you say it for me? He says, "How you
What
doing?"
about the guy from Biff? From Back to the Future, where he does that song and he basically has people who just say he wants them to to leave a message on the answering machine. Hey, butthead.
Oh, that is really funny. That's really funny. Hey, I see the other people's names. Remember Liam Neeson and Matt LeBlanc, but I don't remember the guy's name
I
from
don't
Back to
remember
the
the guy
Future.
Biff. I don't know his name, but he was
We
a
just call it yeah.
he was a great character, and that song that he did on the whole, the questions that he gets asked all the time was brilliant. He found another way to find another 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, or at least another $15. So the confidence without arrogance. I think the difference between confidence and arrogance is arrogance comes off as a person being mean, while confidence doesn't. They might be just they might be the
I
flip
don't know
side
if
of the
it has
same
to be
thing.
mean. It could be just reckless reckless confidence maybe.
Reckless confidence. I don't know.
I mean,
I
let me
don't.
ask you this: if you're Michael Jordan and you're arrogant and you're the fucking goat and you're the best, is that arrogance? I mean, he's the best. If someone is the best
But
at
he has
something,
arrogance. But he has
at what
arrogance with
point?
charm. But he has arrogance with charm.
Right, but arrogance sometimes. I mean, I think arrogance is
Arrogance is
maybe.
warranted if there's
I
a
think
statue of you
people
in
don't
front of a
like it because
stadium.
it's flaunted, because you're
If there's
flaunting your talent too much. They don't. Some people don't like that, but sometimes maybe that's what made that person great in the first place. That X
if,
factor.
the only reason he gets the arrogance pass is because there's a bronze statue of him in front of a stadium. If you get
He's
a
the
bronze
goat.
statue, you can have as much arrogance as you
Yeah.
want. But confidence goes a long way. People, and I think especially women, they can smell it a mile away. They can smell fear. They can smell a lack of confidence.
They sure
And
can.
and
We call it virgin cologne.
oh my
I'm kidding.
goodness,
I just made that up.
you did. I think you did just make that up. But
I
we don't
did.
know. But we don't know that person doesn't have any confidence. They just may just have inexperience.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's move on
Alrighty.
to number three. Number three is master nonverbal cues, and for those of us that might have started not listening, we're on 5.91 breakthrough tactics to becoming irresistible to anyone. And I
Simply
also had
irresistible.
who,
I
who sings that?
don't know where my money went. I don't know what
Who
that
sings
song.
that song? I don't know who sings that song.
Simply irresistible.
So I asked the Oracle's ChatGPT to sort this from I think least irresistible to most irresistible tactics.
Robert
Who knows
Palmer, by the way.
Oh, did you look that up?
I sure did.
I was gonna say if you pull that out from your subconscious,
No,
I'd
no,
say
I will
I'd
tell
be
you
very
when it's the old noodle, and it was not this time around.
goodness. I can even visualize the video for that.
Yeah,
Um,
80s.
so Number 3, master nonverbal cues. Learn to use body language effectively. A warm smile. Approach appropriate eye contact. Give the what's it called eye. Give the eye.
Like,
The smolder. You got to give the smolder.
hold on.
Can you give the smolder? Can you give the smolder?
The what?
The smolder.
The smolder?
You don't know the smolder? How do you not know the smolder? You're gonna Google that right now, real quick. Look up the smolder. You'll see The Rock. The Rock does the smolder better than anyone. If you saw the movie Jumanji, the modern one with him in it, The Rock, he gives the smolder in it. That's his. If you want to say his super, it's not superpower, but
I
his
don't know.
superpower.
That looks slightly constipated to me.
No, this is the smolder. Look, if I can do it. See, I'm doing this. That's where you basically are. Maybe like pucker up your lips a little, have your, bring your eye down a little.
Maybe someone
That's
needs that. I don't particularly need that as part of my repertoire.
And also, you have to have an open posture. That's a good one. It can significantly enhance your likability and approachability. I think it may be obvious, but it's not obvious to a lot of people. A lot of people that fold their arms over.
Yeah,
they'll
they
cross
call
them.
this the closed the closed-minded position.
Yeah, exactly. So it's better to be open, have your arms open and free.
Right, and when you're at a bar, you want to be open because your goal is to open the legs. So you want to be opening with the arms and have everything open.
I think we're going to change this topic to 5.9 when breakthrough topics are becoming irresistible to anyone at a bar.
Yes.
And how about I think we have to change it even further. 5.9 when breakthrough tactics becoming irresistible to women at a bar.
Sounds good.
That seems the path that you're taking.
If we want to build
every one of these.
You went the Dale Carnegie route, how to win friends and influence people, how to be irresistible, and I went down the road of how to close the deal.
Maybe I should just change the topic later on. Becoming irresistible to women at a bar.
We can talk about both. We can talk about how do you close the deal, or at a bar, or how do you influence people in general. I mean, this isn't a bad one. I have seen a number of training videos where people talk about a smile when you're giving a training is very warming and welcoming and lets people feel that you are that you're an approachable person. So people do like that.
Do you like this topic better than using a pineapple as a weapon?
114%. That's Joe Biden math.
Oh, I'm glad I compete. I'm glad I can please. I'm glad I can please here.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. So I think nonverbal cues is basically, don't look like a deer in the headlights. Don't look like whoo, whoo, whoo. No one wants to deal with anyone that looks like they're.
Is that a thing? Acting like a retarded owl?
I said a deer. I said a deer in the headlights.
The deer in the headlights while you're making owl noises. And I'm the one drinking scotch. Drinking scotch.
What kind of sound does a deer make? I don't know.
I don't know either. That's the whole point. Then I don't. You know what? Don't go beyond your depth on that one. You're not. You're not a zookeeper. Who the hell knows what a deer makes? I don't know. Gurgling noise. I have no idea.
An owl. Okay, so how about this?
Please don't be like an owl.
Don't be an owl.
Please don't eat me. Look. The please don't eat me. Look. Whatever that sound makes.
Don't be like an owl in the headlights. You see now I fixed it. So
right, because that's the thing. Because many owls are stuck in the headlights.
I've been hearing a lot more owls during the day for some reason. I thought they I thought they come out at night, but I hear a lot of owls.
No, during the day too. Sometimes, in fact, they can take small dogs and small cats too. You got to be careful with owls. They will take them. They will take those animals and fly away with them.
I don't see an owl very frequently, but when I see one, they're really cool bird to look at.
A friend of mine in California has owls that she thinks is watching her small cats, and trying to take them away.
Really, it has its eye on it too.
Yeah, my fat pussy. Good luck with that. He's 14 pounds. You're not taking him anywhere. He's bolted to the ground.
No, the owl's going after rodents. It's not going to take.
No. It can take small animals too. Yeah, it can take small puppies and
not
kittens,
like
in small cats.
It's not taking my Lhasa Apso.
Probably not.
But we were talking about nonverbal cues. I think a lot of people intuitively know what these things mean, but a lot of people don't intuitively act on them. It means don't fidget around, Don't look away. Try to make good eye contact. Don't
Right.
be in someone's personal space too much, just enough. If you're going to be
Mhm.
in their personal space, you better have taken a breath mint first because you don't want to have,
Please put on some deodorant, something. Smell nice.
yeah,
Don't
if you
don't
have,
in, don't
if you haven't taken
invade
your
the
monthly
space with
shower,
something
if you haven't taken your
offensive.
monthly shower, make sure you put on your Paco Rabanne or whatever
Oh,
the
Paco Rabanne, look at you, you 80s maven, you. Paco Rabanne.
does that still exist? I have no idea. Does that even
It
exist?
does. It does. I have some. Yeah, it's very good actually. It still does exist.
What are some of the other man
Eternity
colognes?
for Men. You're talking about like Drakkar Noir from the
Oh, I like
80s,
Drakkar Noir. Drakkar Noir.
Polo,
I was not a polo guy.
Lagerfeld,
Okay. I like
Obsession
Drac.
for Men,
Yeah.
Eternity for Men.
What is this? You sound like you have a whole closet
I
there.
got a whole selection. I have also Eros and a bunch of Aramis and some
Do you really?
Dior. Yeah, I got a whole bunch.
Do you have Drakkar Noir?
I do have Drakkar. It's very good still. It's still very good.
Yeah, that was my go-to
Although my
cologne.
lady friends at the bar seems to like Eros by is that huh, forgot it. I think it's
Dead air time.
Dead Air Time. Dun, dun, dun.
It's dead arrows time. That's what it is. Ah, you see what I did there? It's
Nice.
dead arrows time.
It is
Number
Versace, by the way.
Oh, that sounds expensive.
It is.
That's okay. Where do you get that from?
I know a guy who's living on a corner, and he just sort of, I get him, online, or I go to the mall or something, or I usually go to like a big box store that I know it's
It
real.
must be because
Like
you want to
you
smell
go
it
to a
first. You want to.
Macy's, or you go to like one of these places, that it's the real deal.
Yeah. Let's move
All right,
on to
moving along.
number 4. Oh, you like this one, considering all of the gutter talk that's been going on, the funny gutter talk. Number
Gutter
4.
talk, you prude.
Number 4. Develop. I just don't want to be shadow banned. Develop a sense of humor, a well-timed joke, or the ability to laugh at yourself.
If you
That was
have a
such a silly
sense of
thing I did.
humor and you can make a woman laugh, even the ugly guys like myself can catch some cooter.
Good thing I renamed this
Sense of
topic.
sense of humor is a weapon that can disarm a woman in so many ways. It's great.
Good thing I renamed this topic to 5.91 breakthrough tactics to becoming irresistible to should I say women at a bar or anyone? I'll say any woman at a bar. I'll say any woman. We'll go for the any woman at a bar.
Any straight woman. I
Oh,
don't know.
that's very well. Yeah, I mean,
I can only speak about. I can only say it. I'm not. We're not knocking or anything. I'm just saying. It's another topic. But I'm just saying. I can only speak from experience about straight women. I don't know about the other ones.
you sound like a lawyer. You're putting disclaimers in there. This only works on straight
I can
women,
neither
not on
confirm or
lesbian
deny,
women.
and here to, and therefore, and excluding but not limited to.
Don't worry, no one's gonna hold it against us if these techniques don't work.
The law firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe told me to say that.
But there is something to that, and whether women are liars or not, you see the videos where they appreciate a man who has a good sense of humor. He can't be like the Elephant Man, and basically like go, oh, look at my trunk, it's so big,
Smell like a pile of shit too, and have poor. Agreed.
It's like, oh, I got the biggest trunk you're ever gonna see. But if he looks like the Elephant Man, she might
If
laugh
he's average
uncomfortably.
looking with a great sense of humor, I agree. He's going home and dipping the wick
Into what? I don't even want to know.
into the wax, into the candle.
Oh wait, you mean that in a positive way?
Yeah. I
Wait,
mean,
so you're saying
dipping
an
the wick.
average? You're saying if I heard you correctly, you're saying you hold an average guy with a good, maybe even great sense of humor is getting the goods.
100%.
Wow. How tall do they have to be? Do they have to be? Is there wait? Is their height exponential proportional to the amount of humor that they have to have? So
Well,
if they're
that
short, they have to
depends.
have a lot more humor.
No. Maybe they have to be exceptional if you're talking about an Oompa Loompa versus a girl 5'8" wearing heels who's 6 feet tall and basically she can piss on his head without bending down. Yes, then you're talking about he better be exceptional. But if
Listen,
it's
even
with a
Tom Cruise,
reason,
even
I mean,
Tom Cruise said it's
I've
Oompa
gone out
Loompa.
with girls who were several inches taller than me,
Yeah,
and if
yeah.
you've got game, you can make it happen.
Even Tom Cruise has Oompa Loompa height to a certain degree. Wasn't he only
He does,
without?
and in fact, when Nicole Kidman she was on David Letterman, there was a clip circling around that after they got divorced, he said, "How are things?" Was it David Letterman or one of these talk shows? She made a joke about his height, and she said, "Oh," he said, "How are things after your divorce with Tom Cruise?" She said, "Well, I can wear heels now." That was the joke she made. Yeah, yeah.
It's fun.
And she gave a look.
She
She gave a
wasn't
look
joking.
that was no. She
No,
gave a
no.
look like I tower over him, and if I was in heels, oh man, she's looking at the top of his head.
Tom Cruise. He's a lot shorter than you think he is.
He is. He's like 5'5", 5'6", maybe.
Yeah, 5'6". Yeah, I'm not knocking it. I'm not the tallest guy in the world, but but then again, I'm not.
Movie star wise, or action star wise, he's on the shorter end of things.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we've exhausted the well, maybe not. I don't know. Any other things you want to say about humor? How about what type of
No.
humor would you use? Are you using like a little
Well, you want to be witty, but you don't want to make them uncomfortable. So you can't be. You can be a little bit sassy, but
Nova JJ jokes about someone?
not right away, and you also have to depend on like where the level of inebriation is. If everyone's happy and sassy, then you're talking about you can get a little bit snappier and a little bit more risque. But if it's relatively new and this person is sipping wine, you don't want to say, "Hey, nice beaver. Heard you had it stuffed last week." Like one of those jokes from Naked
Yeah.
Gun. You don't want to get down into that kind of level where you just come off as a creepazoid.
Some of these women, you almost sound like they're getting to the contractual consent level. Sign here, sign here. I'm sober enough. Sign here.
Please confirm that you have not been roofied.
Give me here's your thumbprint consent here.
And I'm going to need you to look into the camera, tell me your age, and you are of sight and sound mind, and how many drinks you've had tonight.
Yes, and it's just not my humor that is disarming you. You just happen to be.
I am not forcing you to take your panties off tonight, am I? Great.
It'd be like, oh, that sounds like a yes.
I definitely heard a yes. At least a maybe.
Oh goodness!
Just kidding.
Of course, we're just kidding.
No means no.
Anyone who does that, you're going to jail. You got that?
100%.
You know we're allowed to make jokes like this. We're from a different time. You don't like it, but we're still progressive enough. Well, not even progressive. I think it's we're moral enough. We're still moral enough. Don't do those things.
Of course.
Don't be Bill Cosby. Okay,
don't be Bill Cosby. Don't be a dick. Do not
don't be Danny
drug
Masterson.
your date.
Don't
if
be
you can't get her under normal circumstances, sorry. Go find a way to get her under the normal circumstances. Agreed.
Don't be like Danny Masterson or Bill Cosby.
No,
who could have probably have had any woman they want being a star, and they still had to be
agreed.
Pathetic and controlling, and they could have had any woman they wanted anyways.
Agreed. Get a personality. Don't drug your date, and guess what? You get what you deserve if you do.
And that was today's PSA.
Yes.
Be fight the good fight.
Don't roofie your date.
5. Number 5, genuine interest. Oh, this is a good one. This I think is a good one. This works, I think, with almost anybody. Genuine interest and curiosity. Show authentic interest in the people you meet. Mm-hmm.
Whoa. I got to call you out again. This is a smell regurgitation variation of number 1, empathetic listening bullshit.
No.
This, yeah. This falls exactly under empathetic listening.
We didn't discuss it, though. We didn't.
It doesn't. What empathetic? How does that empathetic listening differ from genuine interest and curiosity?
Give me a chance.
How does that differ?
Give me a chance. I think
Okie dokie.
Empathetic listening means that you're listening empathetically.
Uh-huh.
You're listening empathetically.
Tell me more. I'd like to hear your opinion. I value your opinion. Please tell me.
I think there's a subtle difference between the two. In the first case with empathetic listening is you show that you're taking an interest in them, and in this one you are
Showing
Showing-
authentic interest. Okie dokie. That's super
Exactly.
subtle.
And
Wow.
curiosity.
That
And
is.
curiosity. And
Oh.
curiosity. In this case,
I
in this
stand corrected. You have empathy without curiosity is not number 5.
So it could be like this. So I hear you like to do horseback riding. What's your favorite part of the horse?
Bareback.
What's your favorite part of the horse? What
I
was it,
like
the
bareback.
overside or underside? But the show authentic interest. In this case, saying show authentic interest is not just empathy.
Empathetic listening is the same thing. For goodness sakes, it's just
but look what it's saying. No,
another-
I'll tell you what it is. I have the difference. The
Oh,
first
boy.
case, we'll do the first case. What it's saying it's passive. What this really should have been probably right after it, which is a twist on it. Show interest in the person. Ask questions.
Empathy
what's your
involves interest. Otherwise, you're just sort of like disingenuous if you're not
I'm just
showing
separating
some
what I was
interest.
saying.
I
Let's
hear
have
what you're saying. I don't think I'm going to be convinced on the level. This is so subtle. You're talking about the difference between like aquamarine and teal or something. You're talking about a
no, I'm
different
not, because
shade of empathy.
The first case it said listening. The first one it said listening, not talking.
I
It
know,
said
but if you want, but not to know, it said empathetic. To be empathetic,
listening,
you have
empathetic listening.
Hold on 1 second. Hold the mayo, Skippy. Empathy definition: the ability to understand and share feelings of another. So in order for you to
didn't say verbally.
Understand and see things from their point of view and imagine yourself in their place.
And you can just make eye contact and go, I understand, And in this case, it's like,
what are the 3 skills of empathy? Cognitive empathy is being aware of emotional state of another person. Emotional empathy.
I need to go look up some psychology site. Psychology Today.
Empathy involves taking action to support other people.
Can you give a link so we can give it to our listeners?
Yes, the accounting firm of Ernst and fuck you just needed an auditing.
I want to make sure we're thorough that if you're doing research on the fly that we're giving them a full value.
The auditing firm of the Oscar Awards needs.
Tell me what site do you get that from? Is that from the Cracker Jack psychology site, or is that from?
No, it was actually from a university site, www.screwyou.com.
Oh, I've heard of that university before.
Yeah, have you heard of it? Okay, good.
Yeah, I've heard of it. And which leads us into 5.91. 5.91. Adaptability in social situations. Be adaptable in your social interactions, adjusting your approach based on the context. I think that's good. That's like you must have seen Groundhog Day with Bill Murray.
Many times.
So it's like that scene where
rise and shine, campers. It's gonna be cold outside.
Where he's where he's trying to get the girl to be with him.
Yes.
And he's constantly fine tuning it and adapting
something new so that he can increase his chances the next day. Yes,
exactly. So if you were in a situation and you said to someone, I really love Trump, and then she was turned off by it, you might have to say, oh, I don't know. I didn't mean Trump. You didn't hear what I said? I said Biden. I said, oh, I love Biden. He's so great. He's my favorite senile grandpa.
Right. Yeah. Our sniffer in chief.
Yeah, and basically, the person might have heard you wrong because the next morning could be like, well, I told you I like to watch Fox News, and I like watching The Five and Greg Gutfeld. You weren't paying attention?
God. No, my favorite show is The View. I love him so much. Oh my goodness.
That was the night before. The night before you loved The View.
Right. And then I found out she doesn't like
Joy Behar. Joy Behar is your favorite.
Joy Behar. Oh my goodness. She is an intellectual giant.
She's the smartest on The View. She's the smartest one of the next to Whoopi.
Who knew an IQ of 65 in the land of the one-eyed man? The 65 IQ woman is king or queen.
Between her and Whoopi, they're in a real competition.
Mama always said, "Laughing like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get inside."
Between her and Whoopi, I don't know which one of them is the genius.
Oh my God. Yeah, if you want to lose IQ points in a hurry, just listen to those fucktards.
They all have a bad case, except maybe the one that's the fake rhino, the fake conservative. They all have a bad case of Trump derangement syndrome. So
100%.
And it's like at least be neutral. At least be neutral. You're called The View, so have multiple views. Or is it just the one view? The one view.
Yeah.
That's
Now
not
this one, now going into this one is like just talking about,
yeah.
instead of the one view being more adaptive and just I guess being maybe more amenable to um other ideas that are
Say what you have to
outside
say.
of your purview.
I think what you're really saying is that don't be tone deaf. Listen to what the other person's saying. If you're not going to be flexible, then you're
But
going
I
to be
guess this
tuned
one is,
out.
this one is based on maybe initiative driven because adjusting your approach based on the context of the people you're engaging, be adaptable and social and direct. Maybe that just means toning down things if you see it's a more conservative crowd. Because I don't believe in being adaptable when it comes to being flexible about who you are. Just maybe your delivery of who you are in a certain
No,
context.
you're generally correct. And now, of course, I wouldn't recommend this, but if a person had a certain objective, they may have to blend in and be like a chameleon and
Eat
do
some
what they have
shit.
to.
Eat some shit.
Yeah, or sling the shit, sling the BS.
Maybe.
But I don't typically recommend. I typically do not recommend that. That's that you're gonna feel unless you're a sociopath,
You're
you're
gonna
gonna feel
feel
dirty afterward.
dirtier than usual. Dirty,
You're gonna feel
dirty,
dirty.
dirty.
Well, you might be clean from the
As
dirty
the
evening that you're
British
gonna have.
say.
What might clean you is the dirty evening that you had because of the result of your dirtiness.
Maybe if you're talking about scaling back a little bit so that you can get some panty gravity going, then sure.
Hey, baby, I believe in equity for all people. Women,
And
they shouldn't be making 1/10 the salary of a man. Everyone should be making the same amount of money. Everybody,
I believe
doctors,
in equality of outcomes. And in fact, in my neighborhood,
doctors,
we are definitely
lawyers,
low on sexual activity in my neighborhood. So you can help balance things out. Help
dishwashers,
balance things out. Do you hear what I said?
everybody. Yeah.
Help balance things out in my neighborhood. We're low in sexual activity, so you can help balance things out in my neighborhood.
Oh, you're bringing. I see where it's
DEI. You see what
evolved.
I'm saying? Equity and inclusion. Include my wang in your plans.
And as I say on that note, I have nothing else to say on this topic of 5.91. And we renamed the topic, so it's 5.91 breakthrough tactics to becoming irresistible to any woman at a bar. And we're heading out today's show, keeping it raw, real, relevant, and random. Boom.
Boom,
I'm MJ
boom,
here,
boom.
of course, always with my brother,
Big Dog D.
the Big Dog D. Peace out.